4 rubber circles, $900, gone in less than 2 years. If you've ever sat at your kitchen table staring at a tire bill that big, wondering how on earth that happened, you are not alone, and you are not stupid. Something went wrong, and nobody ever told you what it was. Here's the thing that bothers me. People walk into my shop every week. Good, hard-working people. Retired folks, grandmothers, guys who spent 40 years showing up on time and doing the right thing. And they feel embarrassed, like they should have known better, like caring for tires is just common sense they somehow missed. I want to look you in the eye right now and tell you, it is not your fault. Nobody taught you this. It wasn't in school. Your parents probably didn't know either. And the tire industry, they are perfectly happy to keep it that way. Every set of tires that wears out early is another sale. Every blowout on the highway is another emergency appointment. Your ignorance is quite literally their business model. So let's put an end to that today. My name's Joe Carbone. I've owned a small garage on the small corner of the same town for going on 31 years now. I've got grease under my fingernails that probably goes back to the Reagan administration. I've turned wrenches on everything from beat-up half-ton pickups to your neighbor's minivan with the soccer stickers peeling off the back window. I am not here to sell you anything. I don't have a course. I don't have a supplement. I have a lift, a parts shelf, and a couple decades of watching regular people get taken advantage of by shops that should know better. What I'm giving you today is the same thing I'd tell my own mother. Practical, honest, and completely free. Now, here's where I need to flip the whole thing around for you, because most people have this backwards. They think tires just wear out, like it's natural, like there's nothing you can do, and eventually the rubber gods decide your time is up. That is not how it works. Tires don't wear out. They get neglected to death. There is a difference, and it is worth hundreds of dollars to you. The average set of tires, properly maintained, should last somewhere between 50 and 70,000 miles. Most people I see, they're getting 30, maybe 35, and they have no idea why. The dealership shrugs. The tire chain store shrugs and sells them a new set with a smile. Let me ask you something. Who climbs in that car with you? Your spouse? Your grandkids? Then this matters more than you think. A car that's neglected isn't just a money pit. It's a risk to the people you love most. I've seen what happens when somebody trusts the wrong shop and drives off with a problem that never got fixed right. I'm a mechanic, and I refuse to let good families get put in danger to pad somebody's bill. I made a simple guide so you can keep your people safe and your wallet whole. Do it for them. Scan the QR code on your screen right now or tap the link in the description tonight. The Quick Lube place checks your fluids and never says a word about what's happening under the car. Nobody in that chain loses money when your tires fail early. Nobody except you. So let me explain the actual mechanism here, because once you understand what's happening, the fix becomes obvious. There are two things that destroy tires faster than anything else. The first one is underinflation. When a tire doesn't have enough air in it, the edges of the tread carry more weight than the center. Instead of the whole contact patch, that's the part touching the road, wearing evenly, the shoulders chew down while the middle barely gets touched. You end up with tires that look okay in the center, but are dangerously thin on the outside edges. And here's the sneaky part. A tire can be 10 or 15 psi low and still look perfectly fine to the eye. You would never know just by glancing at it. The second killer is skipping rotations. Your front tires and your rear tires do completely different jobs. On a front-wheel drive car, the front tires steer and pull the car forward. They work twice as hard. If you never move those tires around, the fronts wear down to nothing while the rears are still sitting pretty. Put those two things together, low pressure and skipped rotations, and you've just turned a 60,000-mile tire into a 30,000-mile tire. That's real money. That's the vacation you didn't take. That's the bill your grandkid needed help with. All right, here is the habit. This is the thing that costs $3 and changes everything. Once a month, and I mean once a month, same day, make it the first Saturday or the day you pay your phone bill, tie it to something you already do. Once a month, you check your tire pressure. That's it. That's the headline. But let me give you the details because the details matter. First, check the pressure when the tires are cold. That means the car has been sitting for at least 3 hours or you haven't driven more than a mile. Heat builds pressure, and a warm tire will give you a false reading. Buy a tire pressure gauge. A simple digital one runs about $3 at any auto parts store. Don't trust the gauge on the gas station air machine. Half of them are years out of calibration. Now, where do you find the correct PSI for your tires? Not on the tire itself. That number on the sidewall is the maximum, not what you should be running. Your number is on the sticker inside your driver's door jamb. Open the door and look on the edge of the door or the door frame. It's a white sticker, usually says something like 32 or 35 PSI. Let me tell you something straight. Every single day you don't know what's under your hood, you're handing money to somebody who's laughing at you. I've been turning wrenches for 30 years. I've watched good folks pay $600 for a $40 fix just because they didn't know better. That's your grocery money. That's your gas money. Gone. And it adds up every time you pull into that shop blind. I put everything I know into one simple guide so you stop bleeding cash you worked your whole life for. Don't lose another dollar tonight. Scan that QR code on your screen right now or tap the link down below. Do it before your next oil change. Is your target. If you're low, add air. Most gas stations have air for free now, or at most $1. On rotations, every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, or roughly every other oil change if you're doing them every 3,000. If you can't do it yourself, most shops charge $20 to $25 for a rotation. Money extremely well spent. And here's the warning sign that tells you something bigger might be going on. If you're standing behind your car looking at it, and one side looks like it's leaning, or if your steering wheel pulls to one side when you let go on a flat road, or if you see one edge of a tire wearing down much faster than the other, that's an alignment issue, and no amount of air checks will fix that alone. Write that down. Now, I have to be straight with you here, because I'd rather lose your approval than give you false hope. If your tires are already badly uneven, if one edge is already worn thin, this habit won't undo that damage. You can't rotate your way out of a tire that's already chewed up. If that's where you are right now, you need a mechanic you trust to look at the tread depth on each tire individually and give you an honest read. And if you've got a real alignment problem, maybe you hit a bad pothole, maybe the car pulls hard, get it checked. Alignment usually runs between $75 and $125 depending on where you go. That is still far cheaper than a new set of tires. The $3 habit is a preventive tool. It works beautifully on tires that still have life in them. Don't expect it to resurrect what's already gone. Here's the line I want you to walk away with today. The most expensive tire is the one you had to replace too soon. That's it. That's the whole lesson wrapped up. So here's what I want you to do this week. Not someday, this week. Go buy a $3 digital tire gauge if you don't own one. Check your driver's door jamb for your correct PSI. Check all 4 tires cold on Saturday morning. That's 20 minutes and $3 standing between you and your next surprise $900 bill. Now I want to hear from you down in the comments. What brand of tires are you running, and how many miles have you gotten out of them? I read every single one. And if you've got a tire story, a blowout, a bill that made your jaw drop, a shop that did you right or did you wrong, tell me. This community learns from each other. Next week, I'm going to show you one more thing that tire shops and dealers quietly hope you never figure out, and it involves your spare tire and a date that's probably already passed. You'll want to see that one. Stay safe out there.